If you are running pairs trading algorithms using static OLS hedge ratios, you are trading a ticking time bomb. When market volatility expands, historical cointegration doesn't just bend, it violently fractures in real time. Your static beta becomes obsolete in milliseconds, turning a delta-neutral book into massive, unhedged directional exposure. Let us deconstruct the illusion. In standard statistical arbitrage, we model the spread between two assets. We assume the price of asset Y is a linear combination of asset X, multiplied by a constant beta, plus an error term. This beta represents our hedge ratio, calculated using ordinary least squares over a fixed historical lookback window. The OLS matrix formulation minimizes the sum of squared residuals. However, this mathematics relies on a fatal assumption, homoskedasticity. It assumes variance and beta are constant over time. In a sterile, academic environment, this yields a stationary, tradable z-score for the spread. But live markets are not sterile. When a regime shift occurs, the true covariance structure changes instantaneously. If you rely on a rolling OLS window, you are trapped in a mathematical paradox. A long lookback window creates lethal lag. A short window overfits to microstructure noise, destroying your spread. The fundamental flaw is treating the hedge ratio as a historical constant. To survive, we must abandon OLS. We must treat beta as a hidden, dynamic state variable evolving tick by tick. We need state-space modeling. We need the Kalman filter. To escape the lethal lag of static OLS windows, we must completely rebuild our pairs trading architecture. We move into the domain of state-space modeling, where parameters are no longer treated as historical constants. Instead of a fixed variable, we frame our hedge ratio, beta, as a hidden, latent state evolving in real time. This is mathematically defined by the state transition equation. Beta at time t equals beta at t-1, plus a normally distributed system noise variable, omega. We are explicitly modeling beta as a stochastic random walk, allowing it to dynamically adapt to regime shifts. However, we cannot observe this true beta directly in the market. We can only observe price. This leads to our observation equation, which maps the hidden state to our actual data feeds. The price of asset Y equals our unobservable beta state multiplied by asset X, plus measurement noise, V. In a quantitative production environment, we translate this continuous mathematics into discrete matrix operations. Using Python, we initialize our state-space pairs model to track these matrices recursively on every tick. We define our initial state mean and our state covariance, preparing the algorithm for incoming L1 data. This formulation is theoretically beautiful. It perfectly isolates the dynamic signal from the noise. But there is a fatal catch hidden inside this architecture that destroys naive algorithms. Look closely at the transition and observation matrices. The system noise Q, and the measurement noise R. The Kalman filter mathematically assumes you already know the true variance of the market's microstructure. You don't. If you miscalibrate Q and R, your filter will either lag like OLS, or violently trade sub-penny bid-ask bounces. To survive, we must execute the predict and update steps rigorously. To solve the covariance trap from the previous architecture, we must understand the engine itself. The Kalman filter survives the chaos of market noise by operating in a continuous, two-phase recursive loop. Phase 1 is the predict step. Before a new tick even arrives, the algorithm mathematically projects its state forward. Because we model our hedge ratio as a random walk, our best prediction for beta today is simply beta from yesterday. This generates our a priori state estimate. But what happens to our confidence in this estimate? This is where the system noise matrix, Q, acts as a penalty function. Our predicted state covariance, P, equals our previous covariance plus Q. In the absence of new data, uncertainty always expands. We mathematically inflate our variance. Let us implement this rigorously in Python. We isolate the predict step within our class architecture. We carry forward the previous state mean, assuming no deterministic drift. Then, we project the error covariance ahead, explicitly adding the transition covariance, Q. This code executes perfectly. But there is a massive fundamental vulnerability. This prior estimate is completely blind. It has not seen the new limit order book data. If an institutional execution algorithm sweeps the order book, our blind prior is instantly wrong. Trading on the predict step alone guarantees catastrophic slippage and adverse selection. To survive, we must reconcile this blind projection with the raw, incoming market data. We must execute phase 2. We need to calculate the optimal Kalman gain. To cure the blindness of the predict step, we must immediately process incoming tick data. When a new price update arrives, we calculate the measurement residual, also known as the innovation. This is simply the actual observed price of our asset minus our predicted price. But how much should we trust this new observation? Microstructure prints are notoriously noisy. This tension is solved by the Kalman gain, the mathematical heart of the entire filter. The Kalman gain balances our predicted state uncertainty against the measurement noise of the market. Look closely at the denominator. R represents the measurement noise covariance. If market noise is extremely high, the denominator explodes, the gain shrinks, and we ignore the erratic tick. Conversely, if our prior uncertainty is high, the gain expands, forcing the filter to quickly adapt. With the optimal gain calculated, we execute the a posteriori update. We adjust our hidden beta state by multiplying the Kalman gain with the innovation residual. And critically, we reduce our state covariance, mathematically collapsing the uncertainty after observing the data. Our theoretical state space framework is now perfectly complete. But continuous mathematics cannot connect to an exchange. Look at the Kalman gain equation. It requires a matrix inversion. Calculating inverse matrices on every microsecond tick invites computational disaster and singular matrix crashes. To deploy this in live, low-latency markets, we must engineer a robust, object-oriented Python architecture. We need to build the continuous tick-by-tick tracking portfolio. To bypass the computational disaster of continuous matrix inversions, we optimize our architecture. We constrain our pairs trading model to a one-dimensional Kalman filter. Because we are tracking a single hedge ratio between two assets, our matrices collapse into lightning-fast scalar operations. Let us build the exact Python update method for our tracking portfolio. First, we calculate the innovation, taking the raw price of asset Y and subtracting our predicted price. Next, we calculate the Kalman gain. Notice how the lethal matrix inversion has transformed into a simple scalar division. We then update our hidden beta state, adding the scalar gain multiplied by the innovation residual. Finally, we shrink our state covariance, representing our mathematically increased certainty after processing the tick. This 1D architecture is computationally flawless, easily processing millions of ticks with zero lag. But if you deploy this script to a live exchange right now, it will relentlessly bleed capital. Look closely at the denominator of the Kalman gain. Look at the variable self.obscov. This represents the measurement noise covariance, R. Our code assumes you already know this value. In reality, microstructure noise and order flow toxicity are constantly shifting. If you hard-code Q and R, your filter becomes rigid. It will either lag behind regime shifts or hallucinate alpha. To make this algorithm autonomous, we must dynamically tune these noise matrices in real time. If you hard-code your covariance matrices, you are trading a fantasy. To prevent alpha hallucination, we must dynamically tune the system noise, Q, and measurement noise, R. Let us start with R, the observation noise. We can estimate this dynamically using a rolling window. By calculating the variance of the recent price returns, R adapts instantly to volatility expansions. But Q, the system noise, is the true engine of responsiveness. It controls how aggressively our hedge ratio adapts. If Q is too low, our beta becomes rigid, dragging us into the same lethal lag as a static OLS model. If Q is too high, the filter becomes hyperreactive, desperately chasing sub-penny bid-ask bounces. To solve this, we engineer an adaptive Q based on the magnitude of our recent prediction errors. If our innovation residual spikes consecutively, it signals a regime shift. We dynamically inflate Q to force rapid adaptation. Let us translate this adaptive logic into our Python architecture. We inject a tuning method that recalculates R from market variance, and scales Q based on the normalized innovation. Our Kalman filter is now a fully autonomous, self-calibrating mathematical entity. But theoretical elegance does not guarantee profitability. A perfectly tuned filter is completely useless if transaction costs and execution slippage destroy the capture ratio. To prove its alpha, we must pit this dynamic model against the baseline static OLS in a rigorous out-of-sample backtest. We need to quantify the exact performance edge. We engineered a self-calibrating Kalman filter. Now, we must prove its dominance mathematically. We deploy an out-of-sample backtest in a highly volatile pairs trading regime. Watch the static rolling OLS baseline. Because it averages historical data, it suffers from structural lag. When the market regime violently shifts, OLS trades the ghost of the past, resulting in catastrophic drawdowns. Now, observe the dynamic Kalman filter. By updating its hidden state tick by tick, it immediately recognizes the break. It captures the true mean reverting spread, preserving capital while the static model burns. The quantitative execution metrics brutally validate the architecture. The dynamic Kalman-Sharpe ratio fundamentally crushes the OLS baseline. More importantly, the maximum drawdown is cut by orders of magnitude, safeguarding institutional capital. We have conquered linear and dynamic cointegration. But there is one fatal assumption remaining. Both of these models mathematically assume continuous market liquidity. What happens to your hedge ratio when the limit order book completely empties during a flash crash? Standard continuous math breaks. We need jump diffusion models and extreme value theory. Thank you for joining this masterclass. If you want to survive in the algorithmic trenches, subscribe to the Omnicast network, like this video, and stay rigorous.